Attaboy, Denji, let's go! Chainsaw Man Chapter 181 is out, and it changes a lot of stuff about the Aging Devil's domain expansion. The chapter picks up right where we left off, and Asa and Yoru are wandering through the Aging Devil's little pocket dimension, trying to figure out what to do. Just like I was thinking, this is very similar to the Eternity Devil's dilemma, where they are in a pocket of space that doesn't seem to be affected by time, but maybe they can break their way out. However, while they're having this thought, Yoru tries to use her devil powers again, only to find out that, again, they don't work. Bang and the ability to turn anything into a weapon both don't work, so Yoru accurately comes to the conclusion that devil powers do not work in this world, and so they are basically just normal humans. Which basically means that if the Aging Devil successfully uses this domain on anything, it's completely overpowering, which means that they are by far one of the most powerful devils we've encountered in the series. As if that was already in question, though. I don't think anyone really doubted that, at least not anyone who's been paying attention. And now Yoru, the character whose whole thing has been trying to be more powerful than everyone else, is left completely powerless in a giant forest, and she has no idea how to get out, and she has no way of doing so. So she starts freaking out and punching the trees and saying curses and is just pitching a fit, which, I mean, I would too, but still. Like, you're a centuries-old devil. I feel like you should have a little bit more self-control. But, I mean, the Aging Devil did call her immature, and, I mean, the Aging Devil's probably pretty wise, so he's probably right. However, thankfully, this punch against a tree actually yields some interesting results. The tree says, ow. Not Yoru, the tree. And then, as expected, Asa is very confused at this, and so are we. And then a face emerges from the tree. And it is really horrifying. I mean, that thing is weird looking. Yoru, Asa, and the tree face all make eye contact for a brief moment before they all scream out in terror. This leads to Yoru and Asa tearing away from the tree as fast as possible, leading back to Denji, and they trip and fall over him. Then our little insane person, who is now not on the tree screaming like a cicada, says, "Welcome back, Sine," which is a different name than what he gave her last time, so yeah, this guy has lost it. And he explains that if you live in this little dimension for 1,000 years, you merge with the trees. And if he's been here for 83 years, he's got a long way to go before he becomes a little tree guy. We learn that these tree people are actually going to be pivotal in Asa and Yoru and Denji's escape from this little crazy cicada boy. Explains that when the trees rot and turn into soil, your mind and body become fully one with nature. And then you return to your body in the real world. This raises an interesting question that I hadn't really thought about. Are the bodies of Asa, Denji, Yoru, and everyone else stuck in this dimension still existing in the real world? They're just soulless and unconscious? Or do their entire bodies teleport to this dimension where they completely and physically exist, which means that there is no Chainsaw Man, physically speaking, in the real world? I would think it would be that, because if you've been in this dimension for over 1,000 years, what body are you going to return to? As soon as the cicada guy says this, the characters now realize that all of the trees have these freaky little human-like features protruding from them, and it's pretty horrifying, but not unusual for Chainsaw Man. Yoru becomes incredibly frustrated with Denji and is now saying that this is all his fault and that it wouldn't have happened without him. She says that it's because of him that they always get tangled up with weird devils. And she's right, but, I mean, it's not entirely his fault. Denji, who is now awake, actually has a lot to say because of this. Like always, he starts to get very pitiful and self-deprecating. He says he's so freaking sorry and that it's all his fault, that his punishment is that he's going to turn into a tree and have no women or interactions with anyone ever again. And then Yoru, who is now taking on the emotions of Asa and the time that they've spent together, gets mad at Denji for being sad, which, have you ever gotten mad at someone you love for being sad unnecessarily? Yeah, that's kind of what's happening. She threatens to hit him, but she ends up hitting him with something that's not her fists. It's her lips. They kiss. They kissed. But that's where the chapter ends. Denji and Yoru haven't really made any progress into figuring out how they can get out. They know that they eventually, hypothetically, can. We can't really trust this cicada guy. But there is a way out. There's no devil powers, and they have to wait for 1,000 years. So I honestly have no idea what's going to happen here. I don't really think this is a situation you can kind of predict, unless you're an absolute nerd, in which I'm not. So that was Chainsaw Man Chapter 181, an absolutely amazing chapter. Not a shocker there, Chainsaw Man bangs. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, comment below, and subscribe for more videos just like this. Have a wonderful day. And shout out Denji, bro. Like, he's got some game.